frother. The froth. The top of your beer is called the froth. Let's be intelligent here for the Father. It even contains an F and an R and a TH. There it is. The Father is on top. What's on the top of a good beer? Froth. Now there's your good Father. And the froth is typically caused, sometimes it's caused by ice cubes, which equals froth, which equals water. But it's all +1 for Father. So there's a huge word, like you're sipping up that froth. The froth. So Father owns the froth. That's my new favorite word. And you can feel it on your lips and see it with your eyes. I love those gems. Look at that. Look at the F and the TH and the R in froth. Oh man, the Father owns the froth. And then the A, E are the vowels in Father, which make double 3. And the O is the one value in froth, which is 3 times the third prime. That is my new favorite gem. The Father owns all the froth in every beer and every soda pop and every carbonated beverage in the history of the universe. He also owns the froth on the waves of the sea and the surf. Surf is +1, and waves are also +1, and that's obvious because you got the AE from Father, and then the bookends make a multiple of 6, and then the V differs from the center letter of, like, allow me to take all waves for the Father. The bookends in both cases make a multiple of 6, being the same digits, 24 and 42. The AE is the AE in identical position, and then the TH differs from a V by exactly 6 points, offsets of 6 for the Trinity there. The Father owns all waves, also known as surf. Okay, so they all differ from Father by 6s, which is what you want. Father is 58, waves goes the highest at 70. Okay, and then if you talk about big waves or big surf, that's very cool because big is of course 666, multiple of 6, and so you just go higher for 6s from Father. Okay, so the Father owns the waves, he owns the surf, and he owns the froth. But the word froth is just like, I gotta get a close-up of this one because this is too good, how beautiful and perfect that is. Father, as in God the Father, the name above all names, the highest of the high, he takes the glory for the word froth. Why? Because the froth is on top of the drink. It's the highest of the high. Like even whipped cream you can categorize as a froth. Or it's just simply a cream, which is also a Father offset containing many of the same letters as Father, R-E-A. But froth in its design is absolutely symmetrical with the letters of Father as we see. So thank the Father right now for every beer froth in the history of the universe that you've ever sipped or chugged. Father owns the froth. He is on top, my friends. Father sits on top. He owns the froth. Father owns the froth. Woo! That's a good one. And then you can make a Trinity glorifying statement by getting poetic and talk about a creamy froth, because creamy will be +2 for Christ, and then actually it flawlessly parallels Jesus. So put Jesus and the Father together and it's heaven on earth. You got a 1, 3, 2 result. Okay, 3's the creamy froth. But froth is Father, he sits on top. And technically the fizz always rose to the top. You know, when you're sitting, you got the carbonated, this is good. I'm just curious now. I believe the word beverage, well yeah, beverage is Christ, and you can solve it. And then carbon, oh yeah, carbonated, this is fun stuff. Carbonated is also +2, so carbonated beverage is flawless for Father. Look at this, carbonated beverage like beer and soda, club soda, the full stack of them. Carbonated beverage is Father +90, king offset from Father, in exactly 18 letters and 51 strokes. Okay? Well, remember, Father is accomplished in 6 letters and 18 strokes that both divide by 3. So Father owns carbonated beverage. You can also call that a carbonated drink. Okay? Carbonated drink will produce the same result. In this case, it's Father +81, 9 points less. Yeah. Father plus 81 carbonated drink. And we call it the fizz, which is a simple, fizz equals froth. Well, we're just hitting this one out of the park. Fizz equals froth equals water equals ice cubes. Okay, these are all the items that sit on top. Like, technically there's water mixed in with the froth always. Like, water is always on top. If you talk about any food, any consumable, there's always water in it. Like, we are 90%, what, 70% water? Water is always on top. I mean, think of the ocean, the clouds are made of water. Like, water is everywhere. Like, water is always on top of everything. But I love the fact that water equals ice cubes, and the ice cubes literally do float on top. And then you also have an iceberg, which is like the largest ice cube in the world, and an iceberg is Father plus 1. Here's your 3 plus 2, here's your single plus 1. The word iceberg perfectly parallels Father. Okay, but when you get a drink in your glass, you have multiple ice cubes, which equal water, which float on top, which equals froth, which equals the fizz, which parallels Father. And the fizz always came to the top. When you watch those bubbles, they riseth. Riseth is a flawless Father word. 3 plus 2, single plus 1, okay? So, Father on top, froth. You get a nice, you want a tall, frothy mug. Now, if you go to A&W and you get a frosty mug, Frosty the snowman, Frosty is a good plus 1 for Father too. Okay, let's just keep it simple, one step at a time here. What else? A light dusting of snow. Dusting. Oh yeah, snowflake is Father. I've solved that one before. Very gorgeous as well. Snow. Just so you can hit it, who owns every snowflake? Father does. Snowflake equals Father plus 48 in exactly 9 letters, 24 strokes. Letters and strokes divide by 3. Okay, by way of review, Father equals 58 in exactly 6 letters and 18 strokes, both divided by 3 for the Trinity. In fact, you will notice that 6 is 2/3 of 9 and 18 is 2/3 of 24. So Father is completely all over this word snowflake. And if you slow down to notice the details, you will be shocked and amazed and inspired to worship. Look, the bookends equal the same thing, 24, 24. An R differs from an S by 1, and F differs from an E by 1 in the other direction. Now there's a lot of things you can point out here. I would like to point out the obvious, that the number of plus 2's outdoes the number of plus 1's. This is so amazing. The number of plus 2's outdoes the number of plus 1's by exactly 2, just like in Father. And then it just keeps getting sillier and sillier. You've literally added one of each category to snowflake from Father. In fact, this is mind-blowing. This is going to blow your mind. Okay? I just saw it right there. And then, so literally, an S is a plus 1, an N is a plus 2, and O divides by 3. And then the rest, you've got, and this equals Father. It ends with Father in 6 letters right here. Like these letters, F, A, you know, and then it all balances out. That equals Father in snowflake. But you just added 1 letter in each category, no less. If you choose the front 3, you get the offset. S is plus 1, N is plus 2, O divides by 3. That adds to Father perfectly. This is your 48-point offset. It's just flawless. It's absolutely flawless. And the more you look, the more you see. Father owns every snowflake. He owns the word snowflake. I'm telling you the truth here, okay? And so, for completeness sake, the number of plus 2's in the word are 4. 1 higher than that in Father. The number of plus 1's in the word is 2, 1 higher than that in Father. And the number of plus letters that divide by 3 in snowflake is 3, 1 higher than that in Father. So, emphatic how Father owns every snowflake. And there have been trillions of them from the dawn of time. By way of review in this video, Father equals science and the letter for letter correlation. The word snowflake kind of reminds me of science because you have the SE bookends, which equal 24. And then it just gets crazier and crazier. The I-E-N at the dead center equals the TH, and the C-C equals the A-E. Father equals science in flawless design. Okay, so Father owns all science. He owns every snowflake. And there's been trillions and trillions and trillions of snowflakes from the dawn of time. So, it's kind of important that we solve this for all good science in the name of the Father. Done. So we can have a proper country with a proper education system, with a proper group of people, with a properly educated family that all worship the Father, Jesus Christ the Son, and the Holy Ghost, and it'll be happiness like no one has ever seen in any generation before us, okay? By the way, generations is Father. So, that was huge. And I got some other, you can have a snowflake, or you can have a hailstone. Like, think of the actual little item. People say, oh, it's hailing. Well, oh, it's snowing. Well, what is the tiny crystalline, what is one of them called? Oh, it's a snowflake. Oh, it's a hailstone, okay? So a hailstone is also flawless for Father. In fact, and the word storm parallels Father, but snowflake is 106, offsets of 3 for the Trinity. Hailstone is exactly 3 points less. Good night, okay? Now the word stone all by itself screams out Father. It equals number, in fact. But hailstone, the exact same phenomenon as snowflake, where you had 4 plus 2s, 2 plus 1s, and 3 letters that divide by 3. Like, it's identical, it's glaring, and it's really simple. Like, if I just copy this painting that we just did of snowflake, there it is. Like, that is how clear it is. Hailstone, snowflake, Father. And then you can, I just marveling how the word sleet is also a nice +1. It's flawless and it's designed for Father. 3 plus 2 is a single +1. And letters divided by 3, no less than 3 plus 2s are near the end like they are in Father. So sleet is 3 points higher than Father. And he owns, of course, the storm, which is also a Father offset. But a hailstone. And so, like, stone parallels storm. So you have a hailstorm or a hailstone. You have a snow, you get the idea, okay? But that's huge. Hailstone, snowflake. That was awesome, solving every snowflake for the Father. Cool. Panes, window panes. What else is on top? What else is on top? Decorations. What else is on top? Well, the snowflakes are on top. Frost crystal. Oh man. What else is on top? That was cool. We run a, oh yeah, Father and Froth. That was awesome. I love thinking about food. And what's on top of food? You know, glazes is a big one. Or glaze, glazing, the glaze. And that's pretty irresistible. Glazes. The froth was incredible. And how does we say the beer is on tap? Just like the word tag is +1 for Father. The tap, like when you go to a bar, what's on top? Well, those taps. Tap +1 for Father. And how does the tap release the liquid? Well, pull. +1 for Father. Okay. I was going to say cork, but that's supposed to Christ. That was fun. The bottle cap. This one just came to me. A bottle cap. A bottle cap is on top. That's on top of the beer. Bottle cap for Father. Oh man, you're gonna love this one. Bottle cap is just like snowflake. Bottle cap is on top. Look at this. You got 4 plus 2s. This is so perfect, just like snowflake. Look, the cap came along. Look at this. You had 4 plus 2s. I'm out of memory chip. We're gonna offload and start again if this cuts out. You got 4 plus 2s, 2 plus 1s, and 3 letters that divide by 3. Identical to snowflake. Good night. Bottle cap, just like bottle cap, Father is on top. Succinctly known as the lid. But bottle cap is more glorious and has more sentimental value. Oh, it's